Good morning, kids. Happy Easter. I hope you all are having a great day. Now, I know this is not how we normally spend Easter Sunday, but this is how we have to do it this year. I'm sure you are missing Sunday school, Easter egg hunts, and big dinners with your family. I sure miss all of you. But even though we can't celebrate Easter how we normally do, with church, egg hunts, and big dinners, we can't forget what the true meaning of Easter is. So we're about to learn what that true meaning is. Are you ready? One day, when Jesus was with all of his disciples, he told them that he had to go up on a hill to pray. He took 3 of his disciples up there and told them to sit and wait on him to come back down. So Jesus went up the hill a little further and said, "O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt." Now what do you think that means? Jesus was a sinless man, which meant he had never done anything wrong in his entire life. Jesus had to die so that our sins could be forgiven. Jesus did not want to die, but he knew he had to die so that we could be saved. So Jesus came back down the hill to his disciples, and they had fallen asleep. So Jesus decided to go back up the hill and pray again. And he said, "O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thou." And he came back down the hill and checked on his disciples, and they were still sleeping. So he went back up the hill again, and he prayed, "O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but thou wilt." And he came back down the hill, and his disciples were still sleeping. So he woke them up. When they got back into town, Judas, one of Jesus' disciples, betrayed Jesus. And betrayed means that he sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver to some people that wanted to kill Jesus. Some guards came and they grabbed Jesus and they took him away to his first trial. And a trial, that's just deciding what should be done with Jesus. So they was trying to decide if they should kill Jesus or let him be free. The people at the trial decided that Jesus should be killed. They spit on him and slapped him. During this trial, Peter, another of Jesus' disciples, was watching. A lady came up to Peter and asked if he was one of Jesus' disciples. And Peter said that he was not Jesus' disciple. Peter lied. Why do you think Peter lied? Do you think maybe he was afraid that they would kill Peter too? Jesus was then took to another trial. The governor, and his name was Pilate, asked Jesus some questions and decided that he did not think that Jesus should be killed. But the crowd thought he should. So Pilate decided that he could just let Jesus' fate be left up to the crowd. He said that he could let Jesus, someone that had never done anything wrong, or Barabbas, a killer, someone that had killed someone, free to the people. The people decided that they would let Barabbas free and kill Jesus. So Pilate let Barabbas free and delivered Jesus to be killed. Jesus was taken by a whole lot of soldiers. They ripped his clothes off and put a purple robe on him. In Jesus' days, purple was only worn by royalty or rich people. So they put a purple robe on him and made fun of him. They put a crown of thorns on his head. You see this? These are thorns on this. These are little bitty thorns. They hurt. But Jesus' thorns were much bigger than this. They were like this big, and they put them on his head like that. And they dug it deep into his skull. They bowed down to him and made fun of him. They spit on him. And they hit him in the head with a big old stick. Then they took his robe off of him and put his own clothes back on him. And they led him away to kill him. When they got to a hill called Golgotha, which means a place of skull, they gave Jesus vinegar to drink. When he tasted it, he would not drink any more. Vinegar vinegar will only make you want more water than you did before. They made him carry his own cross all the way up the hill while he was so tired and so thirsty. When they got to the top, they hung him on a cross. They put huge nails in his hands, right here in the middle of his hands, and the nails were like this big long and that round. They put him in his hands and in his feet, and that was the only thing hanging him up there. They put a sign above his head that said, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews," to make fun of him. When Jesus had hung on the cross for a long time, it became dark, but not because it was nighttime. Jesus cried for 3 hours during the darkness, and he asked God if he had forgotten about him. Some people that were there gave Jesus some more vinegar to drink. Eventually, Jesus died. When he died, there was an earthquake. They took Jesus' body and put it in a tomb, which was a cave. They put a huge rock in front of the cave to make sure nobody stole his body. They also put guards in front of the rock. After 3 days of Jesus' body being in the tomb, some of Jesus' friends went to go see Jesus' tomb. A large earthquake happened, and an angel came and moved the rock. The guards were so scared that they died. When Jesus' friends got there, the angel told them to not be afraid, and that Jesus was not there, that Jesus was alive. Jesus' friends went and told everyone that Jesus was alive. So that is the real meaning of Easter. Jesus had to die so that our sins could be forgiven. But Jesus is not dead. Jesus is alive. Now, do you see this flower? You see the red edges on it? It's got red on the ends of it. You can kind of see it more on the back of it. This is from a dogwood tree. A dogwood tree is what Jesus' cross was made from. Dogwood trees now are not big, and they don't grow big at all. But when Jesus died, they were. Now they have those blooms in the spring to show that Jesus died for our sins. I hope you all have a great Easter Sunday. I can't wait until I see you all again.